Welcome back to Judo Highlights. Let's recap all the action of the final day of the European Championships. All the heavyweights, the big guys, and it was definitely very exciting, especially the finals across the men's and also the women's. So we'll start there. We'll start at the gold medal contest between Kotsuev, Olympic champion, and here he is up against Solomonidze, who was his opponent at the 2024 Paris Olympics. So this is a rematch of the Olympic final. And from memory, Solomonidze was upper wazari and then he lost by Shido. So for Solomonidze, this was a very important match. And here you can see a beautiful score. Gets a yuko. It's pretty crazy to see big guys like this at under 100s moving around like this. So much like the Olympic final, Solomonidze getting a score, Kotsuev having to come back. And you can see it's a Shido apiece with 1:30 left to go. Nice uchigari there by Kotsuev, but cannot throw Solomonidze. And this was good by Solomonidze, going down to the ground, standing up again, really committing to the throw. And just 30 seconds left now. And only one Shido, so he's not going to get two in 30 seconds. And here, a really smart decision, burning the clock in the Newaza. And Solomonidze definitely showing that he has grown from that experience. How often have you seen this? Someone trying to look for a choke from the back. The ref has to look at that and just accept that he's advancing the Newaza, looking for a submission. So he can't quite kumate, and Kotsuev has to stand up. And just a second left on the contest, so Solomonidze, European champion. I think Kotsuev was European champion from the previous year, as well as Olympic champion, of course. So Solomonidze, well done. I definitely want to see him at the Olympics in Los Angeles. He needs that redemption, that's for sure. Now, Solomonidze, he went through Ardamian as well. And it wasn't just Ardamian, he went through some real high-level competition on the way to the final. Here he is against Pirelli. Osoto, Makikomi here, just for a yuko. And then against Kukol, really nice pieces of Ashiwaza here. And we saw the final as well, so Solomonidze, good with the Ashiwaza, very good with the sweeps. And he did survive this from Kukol, almost getting submitted. I mean, this looked really bad, but Solomonidze just, I'm not sure if he's got flexible elbows or he just gritted it out, but Kukol, I'm pretty sure he has a black belt in BJJ, or at least he trains BJJ. And he was really looking to reap on this arm here. And then the end here, rolling over. I'm not sure exactly what he was looking for. So that was Solomonidze. We'll have a look at Kotsuev as well. He's always very good in the tachiwaza. Big throws from him. Here he gets a tsukuinage. In this next one as well, and Utsurigoshi. Moving on to the bronze medal contests, and we had Pirelli versus Savitsky. Now this here, for yuko, this kataguruma, I mean, it's not the best score in the world, but they do give it to Pirelli. I thought Savitsky was actually looking for a counter there. I thought he almost got it. Now on the other side of the bracket, Katarina versus Ardamian. These two have fought against each other a lot, and they kind of go back and forth. This time it was Katarina with the score. Not sure exactly what to call it, maybe Sumiotoshi. And so now we're going to move on to plus 100s, and it was an all-Russian final with Tasuev versus Endovitsky. I think everyone's seen how well Endovitsky has done recently, but Tasuev, I mean, he's just as incredible. But in this contest here, I think Tasuev definitely showed that he's just a little bit more technical, definitely has a lot more experience, and I think his kumikata was much better than Endovitsky. Although there was some dangerous moments, I mean, looking for a counter there, almost getting thrown himself. And the one thing Tasuev does so well is he's just good at finding a way to kind of almost throw you, dominate a situation, really puts himself in a good position to find all sorts of throws. So many throws from Tasuev at plus 100s, which you don't see a lot of at plus 100s. You'll see here Endovitsky looking for that Kochi-Ochi combination, and then Tasuev looks for the counter on the way down. And this is into golden score now. And this, from Tasoev, we've seen it a number of times before, the sasai, really smothering people into the mat. They do just have a look, have a check, and he does win it in golden score. So Russia really dominating at plus 100s. European champion Tasoev, but a silver for a fellow Russian in Indovitsky. Here's a couple of highlights from the two big guys, all Sotogari from Indovitsky. And Tasoev, this was Tasoev against Kropalik. Really just held him up and eventually found the Uranage. And Kropalik, he was in the bronze medal contest. And of course, using his newaza, so incredibly strong on the ground in the newaza. I would really like to know what kind of training Kropalik does. I think he probably incorporates a lot of newaza in his randori. When he's doing it, he probably goes down to the ground quite a lot. Or at least he definitely spends a lot of time training on the ground. Now a bit of back and forth in the other bronze medal contest. Abramov gets a yuko here. And then Kokauri comes back with a wazari. And if you have a look at the clock, 2 minutes. Just over 2 minutes on the clock when Kokauri gets the score. And they give this a wazari, so the yuko pretty much not really meaning anything for Abramov at the moment. And then Abramov, I mean, he just has to throw him. Just has to get a wazari or an ippon. And he gets the counter for ippon. Kokauri, a big mistake. He could have just played that a little bit better, I think. Minute 46, no shidos on the board. Could have been a little bit more defensive, I think. Now, if you're wondering what happened to Tushishvili, he got eliminated early on by Ergin from Turkey. And Ergin threw him twice for yuko. And then there was this bit here at the end of the contest. A bit of newaza ends up pinning Tushishvili. Now Ergin after this did get eliminated, but still, he's only 20 years of age. He took out Tushishvili, threw him twice, and then held him down in the newaza. So definitely someone to watch out for. Is it Ergin or Ergin? Not quite sure. But here is the hold down against Tushishvili. Now just one more ippon from Tasoev before we move into the women's. And the women's was really exciting. Usually I don't really like the under 70 and plus 78 categories, just because there's not a lot of action, but Sampaio here, you can see, in the gold medal contest, ippon. And it didn't stop there. Here's a big Obitori Gaishi from Ulik. She took silver. And then the bronze medal contest as well. Pozovit, she gets a nice throw here. Two hands on the one side, all Sotogari. And then even in the next bronze medal contest, we had Kurchenko throwing Reed with a beautiful Ochigari. This is a classic top grip and a belt grip at the same time. Now at plus 78, much of the same, gold medal contest. Diko goes to the ground and then into the Osaikomi for ippon. Starts Siva. She ends up throwing Fontaine with a Haraigoshi. And that's very impressive because Fontaine is a big, big girl. And then also in the final bronze medal contest at plus 78, here's Tavano with an ippon in the Osaikomi. So really good stuff in the medal contests, in the women's divisions, and the men's divisions. Pretty exciting overall. Now stay tuned guys, we've got the top ippons video coming soon. If you've liked my coverage of the European Championships, leave a like, subscribe, comment. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.